Hi there! Well, today I'm going to turn these into these lovelies. So join me today and let's make them together. Right, well, these are just pieces of card from a cereal box or something, maybe a doggy meal box. And on this side I've just covered it with some very thin brown paper. This was the picture side on this particular one, and then we're left with this plain blue on this side, so I just wanted them plain. This one I'm going to stick on this side, and so it doesn't really, I'm going to completely cover it, won't matter if I don't cover that, but I could paint it white, but I'm not going to. This is going to be quite a simple project. I've torn up some pieces from the sewing book that I got from the charity shop, and I'm just going to cover these cards with this. Just some writing on there and a bit of a picture. So I'll stick those down. For this one I'm going to tear some scraps up and cover it, rather like a collage, but I'll stick these down first and then I'll come back. Covered those just with those bits of paper, and this one I'll put a little bit of a colour on them. I'm going to cut that in half, I think, to have two cards. So I've just got to cut around this edge. These are going to be quite big statement tags in my journal, and I'm hoping they're going to stand out. I won't bore you with me cutting around the whole edge, but then what I'm going to do is ink up around the edge, of course. So I'll do that off camera. Then I'm going to find a picture to put on the centre. Now I picked up this book from a charity stall, and it's got some beautiful, it's Reader's Digest again, they're very good, these Reader's Digest, and it's got some wonderful pictures in, and lovely colours, so I'll be able to use quite a lot of these. I've picked out, there's one with a sewing machine on, which I thought would be quite nice for this, and I thought this was lovely. It looks rather like a scene from Little Women. So, and she looks like she's reading, but she could be sewing. So I'm going to cut those out of that book, and then I've got some cards from our kit that I'm going to cut out and put on the square or the rectangle cards. So I'm going to cut those out, have them ready for that. So I'll do those jobs and then I'll come back. Right, that's everything cut out. I've inked up. I've got the pictures. I was going to put them in a corner of the tag with perhaps a word, but having looked at them for some time, I think the the picture needs to be in the middle somewhere, and I picked out a word for that one. And then looking at it, I wanted to frame the words, so I've cut out a piece of paper from the same backing paper. So I'm going to stick that on there. And then I wanted to frame the picture, so I cut out another piece of the paper. This paper is what I get from you know, deliveries. So those will go like that. I'm going to ink up the edges of this and this. And then I wanted to add a piece of fabric to the piece. So I'm going to stick this on here. I'll cut it down so it's just on the edge there. And the same with this one, just to link them all in. And with these, I thought, because this has got a lot of words on it, I'm just going to frame the actual picture with the same fabric. It's just like a cheesecloth fabric. It was a sample I had. I'm going to put that one on there, and then I found a little, I've cut out the word mend, and I'm going to put that one on there. So some more sticking and inking up and placing on the pieces, and then I'll come back and we'll just finish them off probably with a hole punch. We'll see what they look like then. I've got to find a piece of paper because I think it does frame it nicely. Okay, won't be long. Back again. So I've stuck all those bits and pieces on the card. They're looking rather nice now. I've penciled around the edge of this one. I thought it framed it quite nicely, and I'm going to do that one as well. And I've put a eyelet in here with a bit of ribbon, so that one's nearly finished. So all I did, I'm probably going to frame that one a little bit as well. All I did with the pencil was just go around the edge a couple of times, and then on that piece as well, just to give it a bit of frame. So I'm going to do that on there and this one. So I've just got to put an eyelet in here. I've marked midway between because I'm absolutely hopeless at judging it. So I just measured across there. That should be about right. Sometimes it doesn't look right because of how you've got your paper stuck on there. One of those in there. Get this the right way around. That's lovely. And I've got this bit of fabric that I've cut off. I made a scarf years ago and never wore it. One of those projects that you Need my pokey tool to get that through. But it's rather nice fabric. I might have to cut that a little bit before I can use it. It's a bit too wide. So I'm giving it a new life. A new life on a tag in a sewing journal. What could be nicer? There. Once I've framed that, that should look very nice. Now on the back, I'm just going to, because you could journal on the back of here, but I'm just going to put some script on. I don't know if I've got enough ink on here or not. I'm just going to randomly just to give the impression of some writing going on there. I'll do the same with this one. On these cards, they're a little bit dark on the back to journal on, I think, so I've got this paper which I have on a roll. It's just wallpaper, lining paper, and I use it for all sorts of things. I print out my words on it. It just gives a vintage look. And so I've just torn off a little bit of it. So I'm going to stick that on the back of those so it makes them a useful journaling card. It's quite thick card, so it's quite nice. So I'll just glue those down and come back with the finished items. Okay, all done. So they're ready for my sewing journal. I think they've turned out very nice. There'll be quite a statement in there. And didn't take long at all. I put the script on the back of that one as well. I hope you enjoyed that. My next video is going to be tags again, but I'm going to do the negative image of this, so with a brown outline, and we'll compare and see what how they turn out. I hope you'll join me. Please press the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.